The Canterbury Tales, written by Geoffrey Chaucer, is a very long poem about the pilgrimage from London to Canterbury. Chaucer used very imaginative characters to portray different medieval opinions. People come from all layers of society and decide to entertain themselves, to kill time and tell each other stories while riding on their horses. The Canterbury Tales is a French narrative story in which a tale contains or frames many other stories. In French narrative, the French story functions primarily to create a reason for someone to tell the other ones. The French story doesn't usually have much plot of its own. In contrast, the subsequent stories have a clear beginning, middle, and end, and usually fall into their own individual genres. In the Canterbury Tales, the pilgrimage to Canterbury serves as a frame to the work. The general prologue introduces the pilgrims, the storyteller, and the storytelling countess, which provides a circumstance for the tales. Through this device of storytelling countess, Chaucer integrates a varied collection of literary genres: allegorical tale, courtly romance, fable, and more. The prologues between the tales continue the frame's plot by showing the pilgrims' reactions to the previous story and introducing the next. The Friar's Tale, one of the 24 stories in the Canterbury Tale, is a masterpiece of harmony on several levels, and may trace its origins to the fables, short tales popular during the Middle Ages, fables characterized by vivid detail and realistic observation, and were usually comic, caustic, and often cynical. Most experts pointed out that fables represented the literature of the bourgeoisie and folk people. In medieval society, friars were mendicants or beggars, good at work, but had to live off the charity of others. Although they were supposed to be humble and modest, this friar is jolly and wants to lead a comfortable life, instead of ministering the lepers and beggars as friars are supposed to do. The friar cultivates relationships with rich men so that he can make a profit. The friar is called Brother Hubert, is a joyful, merry, wanton man. He's a seeker of pleasure. He's a limiter, and he's also one of many that are corrupt. This friar uses his position to steal by pretending to beg for the poor, but instead pockets the money. This corrupt friar is well acquainted with all the innkeepers and bellmaids, but avoids the poor, beggars and lepers like the plague. The friar is very familiar with the rich and powerful men of his town. He claims to have more power to hear a confession than the person does, and his absolution is pleasant, since he easily grants pardon whenever he's certain of a good offering. He argues that many hot-headed men could not weep, even if they are truly repentant for their sins. In such cases, charity to friars is equivalent to tears and prayers. Chaucer sarcastically comments that it's neither fitting nor profitable for the friar to associate himself with such poor people. Chaucer then commends the friar for his humility, virtuousness, and courtesy. He is indeed the best beggar of his order, and has the ability to extract money from even the poorest of the poor. Brother Hubert points out in his tale that he considers the Zammoners to be corrupt and inclined to use their job to extort money from people. Both friars and Zammoners circulated freely among the folk, and therefore they had plenty of opportunities to become corrupt, because friars collected tithes and Zammoners were arrested people who might expect to be fined. Both routinely had their hands on more money than the average medieval churchman, and surprisingly, some of these men stuck with them. The friar's story refers to the summoner as a summoner, which indicates that the friar sees no difference between this summoner and any other summoner. In his eyes, all them are equally bad. Of course, the summoner in the tale does little to change the tale-teller's or the listener's view of summoner. When the summoner meets the devil, he is neither scared nor shocked. Instead, he treats the devil almost as a colleague. The canton resembles a folk tale. It was used in religious services as an example or teaching a story whose significance could be explicated in the following sermon. The friar ends its story with a miniature sermon, urging all to beware of hell, to seek Jesus' protection from tempting fiends. The friar's story then provides a caution against watching what you say, since words have power.